Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Pounds Firearms. Today we're doing an accessory review. Today we're reviewing Vega holsters. I don't know if you can see that or not here, but this is a universal holster and it is my everyday go-to when I go to the range. So yeah, so let's dive right in and I'll show you why I like it so much. Alright guys, so yes, Vega holsters, this guy is awesome. So it is universal, it accepts, well, it's going to accept every one of these out here that you see. Prerequisite, every one of these have been checked and they are 100% unloaded. There's no magazines, nothing in the chamber. I've checked them before, prior to filming. But yeah, we'll review this holster real quick here. So this is made in Italy. And it's super cool what they've done. So not only is it universal, but it's universal for lefties and righties. It also just can't here. So we'll do a quick review of it here. So there's a little latch right here. This, when it's up, it's locked into place. You can kind of see that. It's locked into place, maybe. There we go. Locked into place. Pull this pin down. That allows these wings to pinch. So you pinch these wings and it comes up. So essentially what you would do is you would take this, you go inside your belt like this, clamp it down. Once it's clamped, you lock it, and then that thing is not coming out. On top of all that, it does adjust for different belt sizes. So right now it's adjusted for my everyday carry belt. I think it's a 1 inch. But yeah, so if you take this whole bracket out, there's screws on the inside, and you can adjust all these different sizes. You can move this bar down as far as you need to adjust to your exact belt size, which I think is super cool. So the adjustability on this is fantastic here. So it's not just a regular clip that you just put on your belt and you buy a 1.5 inch clip or a 1 inch clip or whatever it is. This is completely adjustable. Not only is it adjustable for belt size, but you can also adjust cant. So as you can see, I have it right now straight up, but you can cant it 2 different notches. So you undo these 3, change the cant, put the 3 back in, or change the cant even more aggressive, put the 3 back in. Not only can you adjust the cant, but if you're a lefty, you can mount it to this side. And then here's the grooves, the teeth basically, that hold it in place for the cant. So you can move this, undo these, move the whole bracket over here to the left side if you're a left-hand user. And then you can adjust the cant that way. And of course, even if it's on the left, you can still adjust the size of the belt and everything else. So if you are a lefty, you'd have to move this over to this side. And I'll show you what this is for here. This is basically, this kind of imitates a level 2 retention system on a holster. And I'll show you how it works here. So yeah, so basically this is a polymer shell with bungee retention. And the bungee goes all the way around, kind of like a G-code mag holster. I'm a huge fan of G-code. I think my video's got a whopping 35 views in 2 years, but hey, you want universal, in my opinion, G-code's the way to go. I pair this up with my G-code because it's universal, and I'm going to show you here in a second how universal this is, because every one of these firearms will fit in this one holster. Now, depending on your application, you're going to want to adjust your retention. So yes, so right now it's I'm set up for right around this size here. Between a 4 and 5 inch gun is usually what I'm set up for here. So that's where my retention is set up for. They do offer 2 different sizes. I think this is a large, and there might be a small. But yeah, basically you just pull this retention, and you wind all these bungees through if you have a smaller gun. So we're going to start at the beginning here. We're going to start at a Glock. This is a Glock 42. It's a little 380 single stack 380, and loads right in. So this is that strap I was talking about. Basically it goes over the whole slide assembly. So regardless of how loose this is, you put that strap on there, you can see it's a little loose for this Glock, but it's not adjusted for this size of firearm. I don't want to readjust it because then I have to loosen it all up to get these other ones in. But yeah, so even if you decide to go out and shoot a subcompact, you put the strap on here, and it is not coming out. Now, is it going to prevent a thief from pulling it out? Probably not. I mean, I don't know if you're going to carry it if you're law enforcement or not. They advertise that they do, but for my range days, this is what I do for my range days. Go out there, load up a Glock, draw. Oh, put the retention strap back on here, maybe. Usually it's a lot easier. Pull the strap, draw. strap, draw, so on and so forth. Yep. Fantastic. Love it. The downside to this is not going to accept lights. So there's this bar right here that helps retain the holsters that or the firearms. So it will not accept lights. So that's the downside to this one. Here's a SIG P365. Same thing. Yep, so we put the level 2 on there. Yes, it's loose because it's not adjusted, but point is, it's not going to fall out if you run around, even with this universal one. Here's a CAR 40. Same thing. Draw. Doesn't fall out. Moving on up here, here is a FN Reflex. Yep. Moving on up here, here is a Shield 9, M&P 9. Single stack. Nothing. So it did not accept lights. That's why none of these guns have lights. So that's a drawback. So if you're training with lights or lasers, then this is not going to work for you. But it will accept suppressor. So here's an FN 502. We're getting a little longer now. But yeah, here's a Huxworks Rad 22 suppressor. Look at that. So if you're out there at a range and you got 3 or 4 different guns with suppressors on it, this holster will allow you to holster a suppressor. Now, I don't know if you get this thing cherry red or not. If you put it in there, it's going to burn. It probably will. I don't know about cherry red, but I've shot it with a suppressor. You know, mag here, mag there. Sure, it gets hot, but it goes in there fast enough. The suppressor stays out of the way. As long as it's not burning hot, I think we're okay. So there you go. So with a suppressor, it works. Moving on up here. Here's a Daniel Defense H9. Right in there. Of course, like I said, you can adjust the retention if this is the one you're going to carry all the time. Daniel Defense H9. Here we're going to have a XD45 Gen 1. Again, no light, and this is why it doesn't have a light. You can't have the light because of this piece right here that helps to keep the retention in there. Which, you know, there's some drawbacks to it, but for everyday universal holster that you can take to the range and you don't have to worry about lights, then yeah, absolutely. All right, moving on up to the next level here, we got a CC Edge, FN CC Edge with a built-in comp. Right in there, no problem. This thing with the little wings that are up here protecting the rear sights is even better for that level 2. Now we're getting to the area where this is more of adjusted for here, so this isn't going to fall out. I mean, I'm sure if you yank on it, it will. It is a little loose because I've already stretched it out a couple times with the bigger guns here, but yeah, so then move on over to a FN40. Sorry, FN 49. Great video here if you guys never seen this one. This is probably their worst gun, but man, it's a lot of fun to shoot. Here is an M&P 40. M&P 40, same thing. Getting a little bigger here. Now we're getting to the FN LS. So we're getting up to the 5-inch models here. No strap needed because this is kind of what it's adjusted for. But there we go. Don't touch, baby. Don't touch. All right, we're getting into the Taurus PT92. Stop, baby. Please. Stop. PT92. Fits in here just fine.
Daddy,
this retention strap was going to work a little bit different here. You kind of got to go over the dovetail. But yeah, same concept. Moving into the really big guy here. Here's an FN57 with the original Gemtech suppressor. Not a problem. Right in there. We got the big boy. This is the FK Bernal. This is a monster. I mean, you can see that it's got the big old counterweight on here. So, if it even fits on this. Now, it is a little tight. You can see how it's stretching here. This is a scenario where you would adjust your retention to fit this specific pistol if that's what you wanted to go ahead and do. But yes, even the giant FK Bernal fits in this holster. And we'll close it out here with the Glock 17L. 17L, 6-inch. Not a problem. Of course, bigger gun, so the retention is going to work. You can still use the strap if you want. There we go. So you go to the range, you wanted to practice with your 17L. You're done with your 17L, you want to switch over to your H9. All right, you do a couple drills with your H9. Then you want to switch over to your FN reflex. There we go. All that fast. To me, this is the coolest freaking holster out there for the coolest everyday universal holster. Now, I'm not a police officer or anything like that, so I'm not going to run this as an everyday holster that I'm going to use in public. I do carry inside the waistband, so I will have a specific holster for that individual firearm. The purpose of this and the reason why I think it's so cool is this is my range holster. So when I go to the range, that's when I use this, and then I can just swap around between guns. Use suppressors, use no suppressors, swap caliber, swap different pistols, whatever else, and this is going to take it. Will not take lights. You do have to take lights off, which I've done for this video. I've taken all my lights off. But yes, for a universal range holster, absolutely. Is it an everyday law enforcement holster? Probably not. They advertise it is, but yeah, I mean, I don't know how well this bungee would hold up under continuous, stresses of law enforcement work or military work. But yes, this thing is super cool for range days. It is my go-to for range days. I highly recommend it. Again, this is a Vega holster. It's made in Italy. I forget what they run for, but yes, the adjustability from left to right, the cant, the different size belts, I think it's fantastic. The extra level 2 portion of the holster system, I think it's fantastic. All right, guys. So that's a product review of the universal holster from Vega. If you have any questions, let me know below. If not, stay tuned to the next one. And yeah, we'll see what's next. All right, guys. Pal from sFirearms signing off.